Hey, I'll see you on tour in Las Vegas, Chicago, and Grand Rapids. In Chicago, it's stand-up and a live panel show. Go to jimmydore.com for a link for tickets, and make sure you go to jimmydore.com. Hey, guess what? So an Israeli spokesman came out and spoke at the RNC. Now, according to Ryan Dawson, most of the crowd was quiet. Now, I'm not there, so I if I was there, I could tell you. But it does sound like it's not an overwhelming. Here we go. Watch this. It doesn't sound like they're too jacked up, right? A lot of them are sitting there cross-armed. And then he tries to get some fake energy going. And watch this. By the way, I think...
Oh, Milwaukee!
I think Bill Maher's put on a little weight. Here we go. I mean, so much for the political realignment, right? I mean, he got bigger chairs in Beverly Hills.
Let me hear you cheer if you support Israel. Let me hear you cheer if you support Israel. Now, if someone tried that at the Democrats' convention, they'd be booed off the stage.
What?
But here, at the Republican convention,
Joe Biden has
Who's
been...
the president that's
Joe
giving the
Biden's
money?
been funding them. I know. So I know.
proudly and loudly stand with Israel.
This guy here. Oh, let me back it up. See, there's a lot of people not cheering. This dude's not cheering. That dude. This guy's just sitting there cross-armed. This guy, I just came here to listen to the band. That's what that guy's doing. These are all delegates. I should try to become a delegate.
This election is a critical moment for the American Jewish community and for Israel. This is our chance to continue the incredible pro-Israel legacy of the most pro-Israel president in history, Donald J. Trump. President Trump, among his many accomplishments, many of which they said couldn't be done, but he did it.
So if they weren't Palestinians and they were like Irish or, Slovakian or Polish or something white, and Israel was wiping them out for their land, I don't think you'd get half as much enthusiasm. So this plays into there's definitely a prejudice against Palestinians because they're Arabs, right? Are they Arab? Well, they're Semites, but they're Muslims, right? So it kind of stirs that up. I think that's the only why. The worst collaboration we've ever had is with Israel. It's been nothing but bad for us. But the United States is the world's biggest terrorist, and we do a lot of it at the behest of Israel. So we make a good team. I'll tell you that in that regard, huh?
He moved the U.S. Embassy to Jerusalem. They said it couldn't be done, but he weakened the Iranian regime. They said it couldn't be done, but he delivered the historic Abraham Accords, bringing us closer to peace in the Middle East. With President Trump, we will repair and rebuild the U.S.-Israel relationship that has deteriorated after 4 disastrous years under President Biden. Now, today, 9 months after the historic Hamas attacks...
What has President Biden not given you that you guys have asked for? What has he not given you?
Shockingly, President Biden is still withholding critical arms that Israel needs to defend itself. Boo.
Oh, that's what I guess that's
America must stand with Israel and against the terrorists, especially Iran. We must stand with the Israeli people.
Especially Iran.
Now, my message here today to the Jewish community is clear. There is only...
Especially Iran, because we already did Iraq, we already did Libya, we already did Syria for you, and now you want us to do Iran for you. Okay, yes, the answer is yes, they do.
One pro-Israel party, and it's the Republican Party. And here at home, under Donald Trump, we will put a stop to the rising tide of anti-Semitism. President Trump will bring back law and order so that American Jews can once again wear a kippah and walk the streets without fear.
So the main thing driving Jews have always been super. All the Jews I talked to never felt like they couldn't walk the streets with whatever they wanted. All the Jews I know in America felt super safe. This idea that there's so Israel is right now trying to invent anti-Semitism by committing a genocide. I wonder why people are starting to have negative feelings towards Israel. I wonder why. So, I mean, again, these people live in a parallel universe.
President Trump will stop the mobs on the college campuses so Jewish students feel safe when they go to class.
They have to feel safe.
The Jewish community is ready to help elect Donald Trump and J.D. Vance. The Jewish vote continues to increase for Republicans year after year, and I promise you 2024 will be no different.
The Hasidic Jews, by the way, are not on board with the whole state of Israel. That's my understanding, that when Hasidic Jews are not on board with the state of Israel. I'm with the Hasidic Jews.
So let me ask all of you, who will best stand up to the Hamas sympathizers and the squad? Donald Trump!
And the squad. And the squad.
Who will best stand with Israel? Donald Trump! Who will make sure Jews feel safe and secure? Thank you, RNC, for the opportunity to speak today, and thank you, President Trump, for your commitment to elevating Jewish American voices. Together, unified, we will win. Am Yisrael High!
So I don't know. I want to believe what Ryan Dawson says here, that most of the crowd was twice. I would see it didn't seem unanimous, that's for sure. But he certainly didn't eat it. But let's remember what Congressman Massey told us.
Everybody but me has an APAC person.
What's that mean, an APAC person?
It's like your babysitter, your APAC babysitter, who is always talking to you for APAC. They're probably a constituent in your district.
He's just an innocent babysitter, you know, who talks you into killing people's kids.
But they are firmly embedded in APAC, and
every member has something like this?
That's how it works on the Republican side. And when they come to DC, you go have lunch with them, and they've got your cell number, and you have conversations with them.
That's absolutely crazy.
I've had 4 members of Congress say, I'll talk to my APAC person. And it's literally what we call them, my APAC guy. I'll talk to my APAC guy and see if I can get him to dial those ads back.
Why have I never heard this before?
Why would they want to tell their constituents that they've basically got a buddy system with somebody who's representing a foreign country? It doesn't benefit the congressman for people to know that, so they're not going to tell you that. Everybody but...
So there you go. That's the foreign country influencing our government. Not Russia, it's not China. Okay, guess what? This is how it works. I don't know who made this. At Israeli... It says, so the United States gives Israel $14 billion. Israel takes $100 million of that and gives that to APAC. APAC then gives $9 million back to Donald Trump. See how this works? So they're just bribing us with our own money. That's what this is supposed to be pointing out. You can make $9 million with a mildly successful app. Or a local Subaru dealership. Am I right? Come on. How about a fair trade pancake mix? I bet you Donald Trump loves pancake mix. There's our next president and our vice president. Just to let you know. Joey says they propagandize people like they're kindergartners. That works for people who are either very simple or who aren't paying much attention. Too much hellish news from Gaza for it to be effective much longer. Oh, Joey, now who's being naive? I wish you were right. It's still effective. This person, Dad Heb, says we should just amend our constitution that our highest priority is Israelis' pursuit of happiness, and it is our duty to clean up after their genocide and bombing their neighbors, and we exist to serve Israel. At least our political debates and campaigns will start to make some sense. Well said. Yeah, so there's that dude. We are all this guy. Hey, man, I'm just here to listen to the band. Hey, I'll see you on tour in Las Vegas, Chicago, and Grand Rapids. In Chicago, it's stand-up and a live panel show. Go to jimmydore.com for a link for tickets, and make sure you go to jimmydore.com.